Hey guys and girls, it's Nathan Birch here from the B.Invested.com.au group of companies, and I'm today answering questions asked in from the guys who are watching last night's webinar. If you want to find out more about webinars and different sorts of education stuff that we do at B.Invested, head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/binvested.com.au. Today I've got a question that says, why are granny flats not a good investment? Lots of reasons why. Generally because the people that are selling them and the idea and the concept of them are slimy, sleazy salespeople trying to make a buck out of you. But besides that, granny flats, let's say for instance you've got a property for $300,000, a house in Western Sydney beforehand, or a house in the equivalent blue collar suburbs of Brisbane or whatever the case may be, and you decide to spend $100,000 on a granny flat. You have your $300,000 property. Generally, a lot of people are trying to sell the property with the granny flat potential for a lot more money than what it is worth. Therefore, the inability to find it below market value. You spend $100,000 on it, so you're into the property for $400,000 now. The property, you're probably over-capitalising on the thing. Sure, you'll get a little bit of cash flow on it. What are you going to get for cash flow? $200 a week, $300 a week? For the $100,000, I'd prefer to be looking, it depends on what point in your investing journey you're at. If you're at a consolidation phase, by all means go and do that. Different phases of your portfolio are important to understand as well. What I mean by that is if you've got one or two properties, you're not going to be able to retire on one or two properties. You want to build a portfolio of 10 or 20 properties so you have options on how you can retire, how you can exit the workforce, and how you can live life on your terms. So investing $100,000 into a granny flat that's going to bring you an extra, after you take the opportunity cost of the $100,000 away, it might be $100 a week in mortgage repayments, whatever the case may be, or interest that you could be saving or earning on the $100,000, you're left with the sum of money. Is that going to help you get closer to financial freedom, or is having that $100,000 as two deposits on two other properties that's bringing in $50,000 equity from day one that you can redeploy into another two properties, which is going to bring you more equity, so you can build that property portfolio more valuable to you to this day? That is the question I ask you, is for that opportunity cost of the $100,000, if you're investing it into a granny flat, you're probably over-capitalising on a property, you're making your property less saleable in the market, the valuers don't really respect it, buyers don't pay a massive premium. I would rather use that money to buy the property next door, or a property similar, or property whatever, that will go up, because that $100,000 that you put into a granny flat, or you can put $100,000 into two $200,000 properties. If those two $200,000 properties go from $200,000 to $400,000, you've turned $400,000 into $800,000. You just made $400,000 from the $100,000 by buying two properties. If you put into your property for $300,000, you're increasing the capital expense on the property, over-capitalising on the property, getting a couple of $100 a week, potentially, maybe, if you're lucky, and that property is not going to go and double and triple and do all those sorts of things. So you're deleveraging yourself, focusing on a wrong area. For me personally, I don't own any granny flats on any of my properties. I buy bread and butter properties which I can watch grow up in value, watch the cash flow from the rentals go up over time, and I redeploy those funds into other properties that I wish to purchase in order to make me more money. So granny flats are not really something that I'd be focusing on. I do look at a couple of my properties that I've got. I'm talking out of a couple of hundred properties that I own as a buy and hold portfolio, that one day, if the markets do go crazy, I could potentially put them on, but it's not my strategy of investing. My strategy of investing is to buy bread and butter properties which go up considerable amounts of money, double, triple in a 10-year cycle, that bring in a good rental return, so I can go buy more of those things. I was about to end the video there, but then I thought about it, and I thought, let's look at a case scenario on if you build a granny flat today, or if you don't build a granny flat and invest that money differently. The $100,000 goes into the granny flat. You've got one property with a granny flat. You've got yourself $150 in your pocket after expenses. Okay, cool. You've got yourself $7,500. Do you need $7,500 Or do you need to have more properties in your portfolio that are going to go up in value and do things for you? So use that cash, buy 2 more properties. You've got 3 properties. The properties are bought below market value with a good cash flow and have upside to grow. So you've got 3 properties in your portfolio. You can pull out some equity, go and buy another 2 properties. Pull out some equity, go and buy another 2 properties, and you're building a portfolio there. The question is what is important to you? Do you want to have the portfolio, which you can retire on, or do you want to have a couple of little properties which are going to have a little bit of positive cash flow? That's the question I leave with you. It slows you down, it's too much fucking around, and it's not really a good investment strategy because you're overcapitalising on something. Leave it with you, catch up soon, keep the questions coming through. If you have any questions, you can email us at admin@binvested.com.au or call us on 1300 367 925. Have an awesome day.